Telling you my sin. Yeah, never say die. Got to go.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Top 8 of the Subscriber Dynasty Tournament. It's me, Cooper, and today we're going to have a duel between Titan and Damon. Titan has the Shadow Knight Archfiend, the Archfiend deck basically, and Damon has the Super Draw Power deck with the Muka Muka. I'm hoping to see some fun stuff today, but honestly I would say Damon has the advantage in this duel. Mostly because Damon can overpower the opponent easily with how much draw power the deck has. But there are certain decks in this tournament that can completely counter the fact that you only have 2 Muka Mukas and 2 Enraged Muka Mukas. And they are cards that pop monsters. However, those cards do not currently exist in this guy's deck over here. Yeah, the Titan's deck's gonna have some trouble. But that's not to say that they can't win this. They just need to summon the Shadow Knight Archfiend King guy. The big one. You need to summon the Terror King Archfiend. That's what I mean. And with that, they're both about to take 900 burn. That's actually a pretty nice trap card, the Battle Scarred. So, let's see if... oh, sadly only has Infernal Queen Archfiend. That's not going to be good enough if this is a Skelengel or Draw Power card, like the Dark Mimic. And Good Goblin Housekeeping will continue the draw power. That is really good. And it was a Skelengel. Would have been very helpful to have a Terror King at this point. But an Infernal Queen is good in her own way. Plus, you could still beat Damon by burn using the Battle Scarred. The only weakness is Damon will most likely obtain the card they need to defeat you by now. Which the card they need to defeat you is Muka Muka. Regular. Doesn't need Enraged to beat him anymore. Regular Muka Muka will kill. Oh, he's going for the Enraged Muka Muka. That's the only reason you Monster are born. So, Enraged Muka Muka will be unstoppable at 2,800 attack points. Even the mighty Summon Skull doesn't stand a chance. Now, if they had used the buff to buff this card over here, it actually would have been way better in the end. But it's okay, because they probably still need to target the Infernal Arch Queen, because if they don't target this card, she could buff somebody. Well, actually, she can only buff herself. Never mind, you can target this guy. Yeah, if you feel like it. And there goes the monster. But Titan's deck does have a very specific card that's really good for this. I remember when I played Titan's deck in round 2, it had Falling Down. Granted, I don't know if they're going to draw Falling Down, but if they do manage to draw Falling Down... Oh, no, this combo works. By doing this, they can get a buff from Infernal Queen, putting them at 3,000 attacks. Sadly, Battle Scarred is gone, so Crimson Mage will not be taking any burn, but they have the damage necessary to attack. However, this face down could easily be a Jar of Greed, and none of this will matter. Ignore the motorcycle outside. Don't worry about that. And let's see here. The attack is going in, and it worked! Enraged Muka Muka has suffered. Desrook Archfiend is coming in. With Monster Reborn gone, it's going to be very hard to summon the other Enraged Muka Muka. It's still doable if you can get a regular Muka Muka, but it will be difficult. And if I were playing as Kiryu, I would be buffing my Desrook Archfiend, because Infernal Queen, if she dies, I guess I would buff her in the end, but I don't think that can stand up to a Muka Muka. But granted, I don't know if this guy can either, so it's a lose-lose situation. Let us see what happens. So we're gonna go ahead and draw the card. Infernal Queen gets to buff a monster again. This time Desrook does. You never know if your opponent... Actually, you do know Damon's deck doesn't have 2,000 defense. So, can you get the Terror King this time in order to stop the monster from having a flip effect? You got the Terror King! Terror King Archfiend will stop flip effects if you are... Oh, it's go end! You can steal Shadow Knight back from the grave. You can end the duel right now. Why did you pick that card? That card is terrible when you don't have a hand. Okay, that's why. Never mind. It's fine. When you have that trap card, it's completely understandable. Terror King will win you this duel. If you attack with that, guaranteeing that they don't have any other effects. Okay, well, they get to draw a card, but I'm assuming that it does not matter. They're not going to make it to Muka Muka. They have plenty of damage showing. This is going to be the end of round 1. It looks like Titan has taken Damon to school. Very, very good duel. I like that one a lot. That was pretty hype. However, that was only round 1. We've seen the Monkey Wheeler also defeat Damon at least once, but beating Damon twice is extremely difficult. So we will see who can do it. Remember that the winner of this fight will be making it to semifinals. Top 4, baby. Making it to top 8 is pretty good, but this is good too. Alright, so going into the next round, let's see how these two play. I'm hoping for a good duel. You know what? It's the first duel of the day. I understand it's probably taking them a little longer to remember to press finish setup. I think that's what's happening, maybe. Still taking a while. Here, I'll type it just to make sure. Alright, and we're good. So, the next fight is ready to go, and we get to see who is stronger. Will it be this deck again, or will it be Damon? Obviously, starting with Infernal Archqueen is nice, but the problem is, even if you can get yourself to 1900 attack, she will not be strong enough to protect herself from a regular Muka Muka. So, unless you have a pretty good trap card waiting, you're in a little bit of trouble here. But we shall see. We shall see. Upstart Goblin to start the duel. Honestly, the heals from Upstart Goblin helped out Titan in the last duel, giving them enough life points to take their own burn. So that does help. And now, what's going on? Do they have a chain card? It looks like Crimson Mage is taking a lot of time. That could be a problem. Worst case scenario, we would just restart the duel if there was some glitch going on. Or they probably have a quick play spell that they need to right click, but I don't remember Damon's deck having quick play spells. At least I don't think they did. But we shall see. It's taking a while here. Okay, I'm checking to make sure it's okay. Alright, so maybe we have a little glitch going on right now. Okay, that's Alright everybody, we had a little bit of a glitch for game number 2. One of the characters, or one of the subscribers did get disconnected, so we're going to try this again. Game number 2, everybody. We're starting with Pandemonium. That is really cool. And here we go. Let's see how this one starts. Alright, Pandemonium is a great start for a Archfiend deck, but they didn't get any back row, so that could be a problem. Upstart Goblin does good, giving good old U9000. And now, let's see what monster... Okay, you definitely don't have Muka Muka. Oh, no! You drew all draw power cards! But that could cost you in the end. Pandemonium will prevent our Fred Kiryu, our subscriber, from paying life points for Infernal Archqueen. That is the good news. Actually, there's no bad news, especially if they have Terror King in hand. If they have Terror King, they can take away some of the draw power. Without that, though, they just need some sort of monster. Archfiend's Oath is a little bit interesting, I will admit. But we'll see what happens. They pay 500 life points. Let's see what they end up doing. You declare one card name that's at the top of your deck. If it is the declared card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Alright, they said Terror King Archfiend. Let's see if they could draw it. Nope, they got Dark Bishop Archfiend. So that is a shame. But they did get Shadow Knight, so Shadow Knight can destroy most things. Let's see how this goes. Will the Shadow Knight be strong enough? All right. And most of these defense monsters are just draw power cards, so it's not something to worry about. It's Morphing Jar. That's a big one. They lost Falling Down. What else did they lose? Axe of Despair is gone. Yeah, and Rage Muka Muka is gone, but if you have Monster Reborn, that's super worth. In fact, if you have Monster Reborn, I recommend you Monster Reborn before they Monster Reborn. Because they only have one more Enraged Muka Muka in the deck. So you might as well take advantage of the opponents. Alright, here we go. Pot of Greed. Yeah, this is where Damon takes over. There's no way they don't have a regular Muka Muka at least. And Pot of Greed. Yep, there we go. Alright, that's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Lots of back row, but that means they might not have a Muka Muka, because why would you want to get rid of your hand before attacking? This could be a really good setup for Crimson Mage. They might have Terror King, and they might be able to go in. Not Crimson Mage, but for Kiryu. Crimson Mage and Damon might be in trouble. Remember, this is game number 2. If Crimson Mage loses, the game is over. Alright. Good Goblin Housekeeping works again. I think one was thrown away, so that's actually, yep, they got to draw 2 cards. Infernal Queen, which one? You're going to buff that one. Interesting. Do you have a Terror King? That is the question I must ask. If you have a Terror King, remember to attack with it to negate the draw power effect, since you don't want your opponent to draw too many more cards. Let's see, what card do you possibly want in your deck? If you remember your deck, you could probably draw something, but we'll see what they go for. Alright, Terror King again. Nope, Battle Scarred it is. So they throw away a trap card. That doesn't matter too much when Pandemonium's here. They don't have to pay for their monsters anyway. And a second Infernal Queen is not the best choice, sadly. A brand new hand and no great options, which is fine because that means they probably have good spells and traps. They're willing to go with the 900 and you pay the price. This is what you pay for. Yep, you needed a better... Even a Desruk Archfiend would have been better, honestly. But you take what you can get. And for doing so, you do 900 less damage this turn, but you could have done a lot more if you had just powered up an Infernal Queen. I would have been greedy as well if I had a better monster over here, but if I knew I had 2 Infernal Queens, I might not have done what you had done. At this point, a Monster Reborn or a Muka Muka has to be coming, so if you don't double buff this monster, you're going to lose it, which is fine because this monster is not that important compared to double Infernal Queens, which you're bound to lose at least one this turn. Let's see what happens. There's the Upstart Goblin putting our friend Titan at 9,900 life points. God damn. And then we got anything else? Who's going next? What's going to happen? You have 3 traps. I'm assuming, well, I guess 1 Shield Crush probably. Or a bait useless spell that you don't want to use. And you don't want to throw away. So... you gotta summon something. You lost 1 Muka Muka, Enraged Muka Muka. You still have 2 more in your deck and 1 more Enraged, because you have 2 Muka Mukas, 2 Enraged. But apparently you did not draw them, which means this turn they will most likely play... oh god, they must have reversal quizzes down here too, probably. Most likely we're gonna see buffing on this card, or buffing on itself, because why wouldn't you after watching what happened last play? At best... let's see. They got to take it slow because they don't want to accidentally cancel the effect. Which they might have done, honestly. That happens. It's not too easy to not right-click sometimes when you want to spam. It happens. The question is, do you have a Terror King in your hand? That's the most important monster in your deck, other than like a Summon Skull of some type. Whether it's the Skull... oh no! 2 Shadow Knight Archfiends! Thank God you haven't been having to pay life points, because these big boys cost 900 each. And these nice girls cost 500. They're not that expensive. Another Dark Mimic. Alright. And now we're going to see a heap of damage, but not enough to... oh no, it's enough to win. That's the end of the duel. That is the end of the duel. It looks like the winner will be Titan. And Titan will be going on to top 4. Heck yeah, let's go Titan. I actually like Titan because I played as them once, so I helped them get here. And, oh, it only does 1,000 direct. I forgot this doesn't do as much battle damage. That's fine, though. If only you had the right card. So, can you find a way to do 400 burn? If you get rid of Pandemonium, you can Battle Scar your way into victory. It's actually a doable thing. You threw away Pot of Greed! Oh, that's super rough. Now, what will you do? Muka, look, Damon is at the edge of life right now. Damon is begging to come back in this duel. But it's going to be extremely difficult. And I do mean extremely difficult. Alright, okay. Looks like no Muka Mukas were ever found. No draw power was ever obtained. The duel is officially over. I don't see a way to come back. There's no need for anything. Oh god, Doron was in hand. Even with all the Pot of Greeds and a Morphing Jar, and all the other draw power cards, Damon still managed to find a way to brick. Which I said he was unbrickable. Well, I guess it's not unbrickable when your opponent has 2,000 beaters. This is pitiful. Oh my god, this is gonna be the end, everybody. Infernal Queen's going up to 2,900. Just for funsies. And are you going to Archfiend's Oath to try and draw one more card? Doesn't matter to me if you do. You're going to tribute summon this girl? Yeah, what are you going to do? Hey, I was right about that. We get to see the skull Archfiend of Lightning. And now you're going to do this, which what's the card worth looking for after all of this? Oh yeah, falling down would be pretty cool, but you threw away your other skull Archfiend of Lightning. Oh man. That is rough. So, Shadow Knight will kill another Morphing Jar as if it matters. A new hand won't save you. Let's see what their hand ended up being. They had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just draw power cards. That is the end of the duel. Damon will be getting knocked out in top 8, and Titan, of all people, will be moving to semifinals. Bye-bye, everybody.